ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Dear friends, it's a great pleasure meeting you all this evening. In fact, I was thinking that there will be very few people today here in this hall, but the hall is full. That is very strange, because I thought that all would be there. There is a parallel program I heard of Anna Hazare. So I thought there will be very few people, but all of you have come in a very large number. It's always a pleasure to talk to the enlightened audience of AMA. I've been coming here for last many few years, speaking on various topics. Today's topic is value of values in life. You know, there is an Austrian philosopher. Of course, he afterwards went to Britain. He says about values a terrible business. You can at best stammer when you talk about them. You can at best stammer when you talk about them. Values is such a word. It's a very, very difficult word which has got various meanings to various people. It's a relative word. But we will not go into the complex meanings. It has got a lot of meaning. I will not go into the technical. I will try to make my presentation very simple, non-technical, and in day-to-day life, what do we mean? Normally, value has got a very different connotations in different fields. It's a relative word. But normally, when we say values in life, means moral and spiritual values. This is a common man's view. Though values will mean to a sportsman also there is value, to a scientist also there are values in various fields. Values will mean sometimes ethos, sometimes it may mean the rules, regulations, laws, so many things. But then let us for the time being, I would like to concentrate on moral and spiritual values. Now when we talk about moral and spiritual values, the question arises, is it feasible to practice these values in the present scenario, particularly in India? Second, faydo શું થશે? We are in Gujarat. The first question when you put any proposal is, faydo શું થશે? Faydo. What is the benefit? Visit is feasible. Second, faydo શું થશે? What is the benefit? What are the advantages? So we must know the value of values in life. That is why this subject has been kept. Is there any value? Gold has value. Even if it is told, supposing it is announced by AMA, that today there will be no lecture, only 14 karat gold will be distributed. See how many people will come. Gold is more valuable. Gold is more valuable. But supposing if you are put into an island with lot of gold, nothing else, nothing to eat, nothing to drink. How many days can you survive? Lot of gold. You know the story. A king was very much enamored by gold, and so one day he was given a boon by a god, a Greek god. So he said, what do you want? I want gold and gold only. Okay, the boon was that whatever you will touch will become gold. And he became so happy. He started immediately touching his cot, became gold. Then immediately started touching his throne, gold. Everything went on touching and it all became gold, and he was so happy. Then after touching so many things, everything has become gold and he was so happy. But after all, After so much of efforts, he became hungry. So he sat down on his dining table, and the plate was brought. The plate became gold. He was very happy. Then the chapati was brought. That also became gold. Now he can't eat that one. So he was miserable. Everything is becoming gold. He can't eat, and he is becoming hungry. And he did not love anybody in the whole world, and did not love anything except gold in the whole world. But he loved his daughter. He had a beautiful daughter. He loved her. So his daughter came, seeing his plight, and then he became miserable that I am not able to eat. So the daughter went to him and hugged him, and she became gold. Now you can imagine, golden girl with a golden plate with golden chapatis. It's all gold. So what is the intrinsic value of gold? Imagine, what is the intrinsic? All of us sitting here, we have got some equation in our mind that H is directly proportional to M, where H is equal to happiness and M is equal to money. You know, we are talking about this corruption and all that. I did not put the word corruption because it has got a political flavor. So I wanted to avoid the word, but I want.
Please, you can come sit here.
Yeah, there is space here. There is space here in front. Please come, all of you. Wherever you find space, you can come, no problem. So I wanted to avoid the word because as a monk of Ramakrishna Mission, we want to be away from politics as per the rules framed by Swami Vivekananda. So it has got a little connotation of politics. I wanted to avoid the word. But corruption is in the air. Everywhere they are talking about corruption. And today it's a coincidence that Anna Hazare is here. And people were asking me what you think about Anna Hazare and his proposition and all that. So, without going to politics, I will say, yes, we appreciate his efforts. In fact, I would like to share a story. A young man was sitting on a bench in a railway platform at Delhi railway station. It was night time. He took out his pen and paper, wrote down in his diary, "Nobody is responsible for my suicide." Put the diary on his pocket, and he was waiting for a train so that he can jump and end his life. Suddenly he remembered his sister was to get married after a few months, and he thought if he commits a suicide, then his sister would suffer. So he said, "No, okay, I'll commit suicide after the marriage of my sister," and he was saved. Next day morning, he went to the station bookstall. There he saw a photograph, beautiful photograph of Swami Vivekananda. He was very much attracted. So he said, "I want the photograph." The bookseller said, "It is not a photograph, it is a small book with the cover page showing photograph of Swami Vivekananda." He was not interested in reading any book, but anyway, he liked the photographs, he purchased the book. Since he purchased the book, he started reading. As soon as he read the book, he said, "I don't want to commit suicide." He decided. Why he was committing suicide? Because he did not find purpose in life. Not that he was any frustration. Not that he had any problem in life. No. Only thing he did not find any purpose in life. He was working in Indian Army as a truck driver. In 1965, there was war with Pakistan. And when he was driving the vehicle, suddenly he found an aeroplane descending. They thought it is an Indian plane, but it turned out to be a Pakistan plane, and immediately it bombed. And all his 19 colleagues died on the spot. He survived, but he got seriously injured. Somehow he crept into the camp, military camp, and then he was transferred to Delhi hospital. He survived. But he lost all his interest in life. Why are we alive? Just for meeting death? Just for ending up in death? And he saw his own colleagues dying. So what is the purpose of life? Just for dying? I don't want to live. There is no purpose in life. But when he read the book of Swami Vivekananda, what is the purpose of life? Swami Vivekananda wrote to the Maharaja of Mysore beautiful letter where he says, "My dear prince, This life is short. The vanities of this world are transient. In this short life, they alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive. He said, no, I don't want to be dead. I want to be alive in the real sense of the term. And I will sacrifice my life for serving others. Where Swamiji says, unselfishness is morality. Selfishness is immorality. What a beautiful definition. The whole gamut of the scriptures, so many scriptures in so many religions, of so many countries, they are talking about values. And if you go through that literature, it will take years together to study them. But Swami Vivekananda gives the gist of the whole of this thing. What is the value? Unselfishness is the test of religion. Unselfishness is the test of values. Unselfishness is morality, and selfishness is immorality. In one word, he has compressed the whole gamut, the whole concept of values. So he became enamored. He immediately took premature retirement from the Indian Army, got 65,000 rupees as pension, went to his village in Maharashtra, and first he started repairing the temple that was there, which was in bad shape. He repaired the temple. He started educating the children there and the masses there in the villages, and he got the groups of young people, stopped all the liquor outlets for which he had to pay a very heavy price. But he stood firm. Gradually, because of the education that he provided, through the temple as a focal point, gradually values, other values, they started coming. The liquor shops were closed. He started water harvest project. And with all those things, within 3 years, that village became an ideal village. And the Maharashtra government was so much impressed that it gave lot of other money to that person to bring out that transformation in other villages. That is how the whole transformation started. Later on he got Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan. You know the name of that person, Anna Hazare. The name of the village is Ralegaon Siddhi, and now today he is in Ahmedabad. Parallel meeting. This is how his life was saved. This is the background. He derives his inspiration from the message of Swami Vivekananda. So naturally, I read this thing many years back. At the time I was the editor of our Gujarati monthly Ramakrishna Jyot. So I asked for his permission to publish this account in our magazine. He wrote to me also, and he gave the permission. Not only that, then again there was an article in the centenary, during the centenary Ramakrishna Mission, was started in 1897. So 1997, we had a centenary celebration of Ramakrishna Mission. So a big volume was brought out, history and the story of Ramakrishna Mission. There, my article was there, a survey of Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature, where I gave that story with this permission. So that I have been telling about this story for last 20 years. In fact, when I gave a talk here at AMA about 5-6 years back, Happiness and Peace in Everyday Life, I had told about this incident. It's incidentally today he is here on this day. I never knew, because my program was fixed 3 months back. This program was fixed about 3 months back. It's just coincidence that he is here, and he is working very hard. What I appreciate about him is that he has been doing very silent work in the villages, and he means whatever he says, he means it, and his life is very ennobling, and that is what Swami Vivekananda had given the formula for when we talk about values in life. He gave a beautiful formula: be and make. First you become great, then make others great. First you build your own character, then make others great. First you follow the values, then make others follow the values. Without that, just preaching values is of no use. And so he says 1 ounce of practice is more important than 1 ton of preaching, which he has practiced and he is practicing. Now, that is one part of it. Second part, his association in the political party, this and that, and his statements, some of the statements on political, I do not have much knowledge, nor do I venture into that. But one thing is that his life is good, as it appeared to me, and he is trying to do good to the society in whatever way. As far as he has taken up a crusade, and he taken up a crusade for the Lokpal bill and all that, very good, there are very good attempts. But Will it solve the problem? This is what we have to see. Supposing whatever he proposes is taken up by the government, and now that Lokpal bill is also supposing in the manner in which he wants is passed, will it stop corruption? Will it stop corruption? Swami Vivekananda wanted that India should rise. India is rising also. So we have two types of India at present in our country, two India. One India rising, science and technology, engineering, biotechnology, genetic engineering, and economically becoming a giant, economic giant, everything. There is one India rising on the economic, on the international market.